it is Miss Kirk here with our newest Toolbox tool lesson. So thank you for joining me, and I hope that you will find yourself a comfortable seat and get ready to learn some really important things about how we can be the very best that we can be. Today's tool that we are going to be talking about is our apology and forgiveness tool. Apology and forgiveness. So just for a second, before I say anything else about it, think about what comes to mind when you hear me say apology and forgiveness tool. What comes to mind when you hear that? Apology and forgiveness are pretty big words. What does it make you think of? Say out loud whatever it makes you think of when you hear the apology and forgiveness tool. On our apology and forgiveness tool, it says, I admit my mistakes and I work to forgive yours. So maybe that gave you a little bit more of a hint of what we mean when we say apology and forgiveness tool. I admit my mistakes and I work to forgive yours. Very good. Now, a lot of people, when they hear the apology and forgiveness tool, they think the only thing important about that tool is that we say sorry when we do something wrong. And that is a piece of it. But just saying sorry doesn't really use all the different parts of our apology and forgiveness tool. Because sometimes just saying sorry isn't enough. And we're going to spend some time talking about that today. So I made these big cards, and on these big cards, it's going to help us understand how we can really use that apology tool. Not just to say, oh, I'm sorry. Like, let's pretend someone built a wonderful Lego tower. Really tall, spent a lot of time making it perfect. It was symmetrical. It was tall. It had windows in it. It was amazing. And then I walk in the room and I just kick it over. I could say, I'm sorry. That's a part of how we can make it better. But it may not be quite enough, because for the person who built that tower, they might need a little bit more from me to really feel like I'm apologizing from the heart. So let's take a look at these cards and see if this would help if I knocked over someone's Lego tower. All right, this first card says, I am sorry for. So in my example, instead of just saying, sorry, I would say, I am sorry for knocking over your wonderful Lego tower. So I've explained exactly what it is I'm sorry for. Then I would say, this is wrong because. So I've said, I am sorry for knocking over your wonderful Lego tower. This is wrong because I know you worked really hard on that tower, and it was not kind of me to knock it over. Next one says, in the future, I will be much more careful where I walk and be respectful of your things. And then the last one's really, really important. Will you forgive me? Good. So think about how much more meaningful what I just said is than saying, oops, sorry. Didn't sound very genuine. I didn't even say what I'm sorry for. I didn't make it better. And when we use our apology tool, we want to make sure we're not only apologizing, but we're finding a way to make it better. And that's how these cards help. I'm sorry for knocking over your Lego tower. It was wrong of me to do that because you worked really hard at it, and it was disrespectful for me to knock it over. In the future, I will not knock over your tower. I will be kind and respectful of your things. Will you forgive me? And then it gives the other person the chance to think, well, she does seem really sorry, and she did explain what she'll do different next time to make sure this doesn't happen again. I think I can forgive Miss Kirk for what she did. And another thing I could do even after this is then help rebuild it, really make it better, right? Not just saying I'm sorry, but showing that I'm sorry. That's really important. I'm going to say that again. Not just saying I'm sorry, but showing that I'm sorry. I can show I'm sorry by the look on my face, by the words that I say, and then by my actions to make it better. Helping build a new tower, helping pick up the ones that fell over. That's how we know you're really using that apology tool. When you don't just say sorry, you show that you're sorry. So I hope that you'll remember that. So think of a time that you needed to apologize to someone, and then think about how much it would help if you used these phrases. I am sorry for. It was wrong because in the future I will. Will you forgive me? That probably would have made your problem a lot smaller. Instead of a big problem, you would make it a little problem by using our apology tool. Great job. Now we need to talk about one more thing before we finish today, because if you'll notice, today's tool is not just the apology tool, it's also the forgiveness tool. And our apology and forgiveness tool says, I admit my mistakes, which is what we just learned about, is a good way to show that we're admitting our mistakes. But it also says that I'll work to forgive yours. So remember, our very last card said, will you forgive me? That's because I was using my apology tool to ask for forgiveness. But there might be a time when someone asks you for forgiveness, and you have to use your tool to work to forgive their mistakes too. So, in the example, I was the one that knocked over the Lego tower. But what if we switch it? And I'm the one that was building the tower, and it was wonderful, and I worked so hard on it. And then you walked in, and you knocked it over. Then do I need to use my apology tool? No. Who needs to use their apology tool? You do, because you knocked my tower over. And now I need to use the forgiveness part of our tool. I need to listen to your words and watch your actions and think if I'm ready to forgive you. And my guess is if you said something kind of like this, hey, Miss Kirk, I'm really sorry for knocking over your Lego tower. It was really wrong of me because I know how much you loved it. In the future, I will not do that again. Instead, I'll help you build an even bigger tower. Will you forgive me? If you said that to me after you knocked over my tower, I might be sad that my tower got knocked over, but I think I'd be ready to use my forgiveness tool and forgive you because I heard and saw that you were really sorry. You didn't just say it, you showed me you were sorry, and then you helped me build a brand new tower that was better than the one I built by myself anyway. So then I'm ready to forgive you. So then I would use that forgiveness tool and say, it's okay, I know accidents happen. Let's build an even better tower, and then we can get started. So for today's tool, it's important that we remember both parts. When we need to apologize to somebody, but also when someone apologizes to us and we need to accept their apology and accept their forgiveness and give them that. And that's really, really important. The last thing I want to mention with our apology and forgiveness tool is I think there are some other tools that go really well with this apology and forgiveness tool. Let's use that same example. If I was building a really big tower and someone came and knocked it over, it might make me really angry. So before I'm ready to use my apology and forgiveness tool, I might need to use some other tools first. If I'm feeling really angry that someone just knocked something over of mine, what's another tool I could use? Think in your head and say it out loud if you know of one. The one that came to mind for me was my breathing tool. Before I forgive or before anyone apologizes, I need to calm my body down, right? And that breathing tool can really help calm my body. So that allows me to check in, collect my ideas, and then move on. Another one that might be really important is my listening tool. I need to listen to the words that you're saying when you knocked over my tower. Maybe it was a complete accident and you're saying, oh my goodness, I didn't even see it there. I am so sorry. I did not mean to do that. Let me help you fix it. But if I'm not using my listening tool, I might have thought you did it on purpose. And I'm probably going to be even more angry if I think that you did it on purpose. And same with our using our words tool. We need to use our words to figure out how to fix this problem, right? If I'm just angry and mad, that's not going to fix it. It's not going to fix it for me, and it's not going to fix it for you. So we might need to use some of those other tools along with our apology and forgiveness tool to make it right. Very good. Well, as always, my challenge for you is to try to use this tool today or the next time that you need to apologize to someone or you need to forgive someone who's apologizing to you. And remember that it is so important to not only say you're sorry, but to show that you are sorry. I hope you'll remember that the next time that you need to use your apology and forgiveness tool. Thanks for joining me today, and I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.